Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility. Wednesday, new album review day. Today, on this episode, we're going to take a look at the fourth album on Metalbladerecords for, I believe they're from Pennsylvania, if I remember correctly. Yes, Reading, Pennsylvania. Technical, progressive, space metal, death metal band, Rivers of Nihil The Work. Look at that pretty cool cover art. Again, I mentioned Metal Blade Records. So like I said, 4 albums. These guys started in 2013 with The Conscious Seed of Light, 2015 Monarchy, 2018 Where Owls Know My Name, and this new one is called The Work, which was released late September of last year. We're just getting to it now. Again, January is made up of us trying to play catch up on the stuff we didn't get to in the year prior, so we're going to finish up with our 2021 releases over the next couple weeks before we fully move into the new releases for 2022. So this is actually the second album that I've heard from this band. Where Owls Know My Name from 2018. I liked that one a lot. That was the only album that I had checked out from the band. I haven't heard their first 2 albums, but this is the second now. And here we've got the booklet, which has got photographs of the guys creating the album in the studio. As you can see, COVID masks everywhere. Lyrics, some other photos of the guys in the band, and then more in the studio shots there. So, who is the band, you might be asking? So, Rivers of Nihil are Jacob D. Diffenbach on vocals. We've got Brody Utley on acoustic electric guitars, synthesizers, programming, keyboards, all that good stuff. Jonathan Topore on electric guitar. You got Adam Biggs on bass guitar and vocals, and Jared Klein on drums, percussion, and vocals, with guest players. Zach Strauss on alto, tenor, and baritone sax on a couple tracks. That's right, saxophone on a progressive death metal album. You heard that here, exactly. You got James Dorton III, vocals on a few tracks. You've got Grant McFarland, cello, and Stefan Lopez on Whispers in the Void. Okay, so Rivers of Nihil, or Rivers of Nihil, however you say it. So what is this band all about? Well, they're a pretty interesting group. And I think they bring a lot to the table. And for me, I like bands like this that really mix it up and really give you something kind of unique. So rather than take the progressive death metal approach of, say, like early Opeth, and there are some similarities at times. Opeth mixed like old school, crushing Swedish death metal with 70s progressive rock and 70s folk influence, right? And now, of course, Opeth have done away with the death metal part of their sound, gone for a more like 70s prog meets 70s hard rock and bits of folk, right? Rivers of Nihil kind of also incorporate elements of prog rock, but more of kind of like the Pink Floyd version, okay? Pink Floyd style prog rock, that more kind of spacey thing. Maybe a little bit of Eloy and stuff like that, right? And mix it with bits of jazz and very technical death metal. It can be jarring to some to listen to a band like this and hear these just brutal tracks, and then all of a sudden bursts of jazzy saxophone thrown in. I admit, the first time I heard this band, I was kind of like, wow, that's different. Not sure if I like that or not. But over time, I've grown to really appreciate this approach, and I think it works really, really well. And their lyrical content are generally very sci-fi kind of themes. So this band obviously puts a lot of thought into not only their music, but their lyrics. And these are really fascinating albums to listen to. And you get these big heavy riffs and then very technical kind of passages, lots of cool guitar solos and keyboards and things like that, lots of atmosphere, clean and melodic vocals, saxophone. It's kind of like all over the place. Got here the tracks, we got 11 tracks here, broken up into a couple different parts and stuff, but you got the Tower theme from The Work, Dreaming Black Clockwork, Wait, Focus, Clean, The Void from which no sound escapes, More with a question mark, Tower 2, okay, Episode, Maybe One Day, and then Terrestria for work. Okay, so it kind of like it's really interesting how the whole album is sequenced, and like I said, it fluctuates between really heavy crushing tracks, some of the more technical and proggy type things, the jazzy bits, the more atmospheric space rock things. It's kind of like all over the place, but that's what I like about it. Really, really interesting music, really great artwork. This is a band that's really trying to do something completely different and really adventurous. This is not, background music. This is not go slam your head against the wall for 45 minutes type of music. This is like kind of, you got to really sit down and pay attention to this and really kind of get and incorporate and digest all of what this band is trying to do and say. And I think they have a lot to say, and it's really cool. So, yeah, I like this a lot. If you're someone who has backed away from like death metal in general or extreme metal in general, but you like really adventurous proggy music and you kind of like heavy music, I would say really give these guys a chance. This is a band and I remember going back when I was, new to extreme metal. I avoided it for a long time throughout like the 90s for a lot of reasons that a lot of people do. I was always a metal fan, but I was like, oh, I don't know if I can get into that kind of vocal style, and the music is so, pummeling and brutal. But then I started to listen to bands that kind of incorporated other elements into their music. Bands like Borknagar and Opeth and, Death and stuff like that. And I started to realize that you really can enjoy extreme metal if you just give it a chance and allow like all the other things to kind of envelop you and not just put the block up for the extreme vocals, which again I know are a block for a lot of people. But there's so much good going on with bands like this musically that you just can't ignore it. So I will say, for those of you who are watching who are not extreme metal fans and kind of afraid to take the jump into extreme metal, check out this album, The Work by Rivers of Nihil. And I think it might open your mind up a little bit and open your ears up a little bit to this type of music, which is, like I said, is very complex, very progressive, really, really fascinating stuff. So The Work, Rivers of Nihil, out now on Metal Blade Records. Check it out. Let us know what you think. Visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. Of course, we're here on YouTube all the damn time. Stay tuned here for more stuff coming up on the channel. And make sure you subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell. And links below to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations as well as our merch page. So go check those out as well. And we'll see you soon here on SOT with lots more stuff. So thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.